Right, there we go. So this crashed again last night, just as I was finishing off, so I've got to go back slightly anyway. Where we left off last time, I managed to save the security officer, but end up killing the Aldean admiral.
And more importantly, you looked after your crew. That's what counts. You have to look out for your own, first and foremost.
In the heat of the moment, I just couldn't risk losing Lieutenant Bedrosian.
I understand. Not an easy decision. We'd be lost without a tactical officer. Especially now. Unfortunately, the Admiral was among those who didn't make it. I'm sure it's a huge blow to the Olympians. I hope they don't blame us. We suffered our own losses as well.
How are we getting our way to...
I mean, they're idiots if they blame us.
Master Spock and the rest of the senior staff are waiting for us in the briefing room to discuss just that. I wanted a chance for you and I to speak first, given the circumstances. While protocol might suggest we alert Starfleet about our situation, missing crew, the data breach, possible threat from the Hatari or Khan, I think we're better off keeping this to ourselves, under our control. You know what's at stake for me here, and what is at stake for you, too. I can't afford another mission gone wrong. I'm really counting on your support. I don't want to raise a false alarm just yet. I have every confidence we can wrap this up before it gets any worse than it already is.
As first officer, I support you. But protocol is protocol for a reason. And my responsibility and duty extends beyond this ship and beyond you as my captain. We have to inform Starfleet. The sooner the better.
I'm just after getting Rick.
We have to agree to disagree.
We're ready in the briefing room, Captain.
Oh, now he mad. So before it crashed last time, I managed to answer him so he was happy, just saying I'd go along with everything.
Somehow they were able to mask the signature and block our ability to track their trajectory.
I'm also concerned about what went with them. The Taconian energy source.
Sidron referred to it as the Cartabula.
Yes, I've been analyzing your tricorder scans. This Cartabula is more powerful than any energy source on record. It disabled our ability to warp and likely created the ions.
I feel like Ben and Ermot should be doing more. And her, really. Whatever her name was.
Could be anywhere by now.
Literally anywhere.
We should alert all stations to keep an eye out for that particular ship.
You're saying we should warn the entire galaxy?
I'm saying we do the math. Calculate their maximum speed against a given time interval. That gives us an expanding radius of where they might be at different periods of time. We alert the stations at each radius at regular intervals. It's casting a wide net, but it's at least worth a shot.
A sound approach.
The Takan also
Now does Spock like
compromised
me?
our systems when Petty Officer Maris stole data from our computer core.
We're assessing what was lost as we speak. It's just too soon to say exactly what they had access to.
Starfleet needs to know about this.
We're not contacting Starfleet until we fully understand the situation. There are too many unknowns.
They stole our data. That's reason enough to warn Starfleet.
But the captain does have a point. It might be better to wait until we know more.
We shouldn't take any chances. We should at least alert Starfleet that our system was compromised.
I agree with Commander Rydek. We should let Starfleet decide how they want
It's
to...
just me and Ermot. And
essentially
Spock.
tell them this mission was a failure before it's even over? No. That's not how we're gonna do it. Not on my ship. I want to speak with the
Two happies, one sad.
bottom of this before we get Starfleet involved.
I expect we'll meet resistance. The Hotari think we violated our neutrality by entering their minds. Assuming the negotiations are off, we no longer have an official role here.
We still have a responsibility to the Hotari and the Illyrians.
The Takan are a threat to both their civilizations.
No. They're a threat to us all. The device Commander Rydek found in the Taconian vault is an advanced delivery mechanism for a complex biogenetic transformation process.
Meaning what, exactly?
They take you
Not
over.
only are they bioforming innocent hosts, transforming them into Takan, they're taking the DNA and engrammatic data of a specific Taconian and displacing that of its host.
Hmm.
It's a hostile takeover.
It's like the
of
other
cellular
petty
memory,
officer said, it's like the Trill.
bringing individual Takan back to life, one by one.
Is there some way it could be reversed?
That's exactly what I've been trying to find out. So far, it appears the answer is no. Once the Taconian takes control, the displacement of the host is irreversible. And the bioforming appears to be permanent. Petty Officer Maris called herself a scion of the flame, but the computer had no information about it.
She also shot the hell out of my ship as she escaped, nearly killed a few of our crew. So we know this about those scions. They're dangerous.
The Takan have crossed a line. That much is certain. However, meeting with the Hotari could offer insight into their true intentions. Under the pretense of an apology for betraying their trust and trespassing on their territory.
Given the
Let's just suck up to Spock.
this might be our best chance to find out more about what they have planned.
I couldn't agree more.
With the Cartabula gun, I can confirm we have regained warp capability and the use of our transporters.
Excellent. Commander Ermot, see if we can arrange a meeting on Hotari as soon as possible. As Ambassador Spock suggested, under the pretense of an apology.
Aye, Captain.
Nice work, everyone.
You're long overdue for a Duridium infusion.
It looks like I am.
Shoot that Duridium straight into my veins.
Aside from almost running out of Duridium,
Again, you'd think they'd have a better one of
Nice
this.
to get some positive news for a change.
you I don't worry about. The captain, however,
Go on.
you see it, don't you? He's desperate, withholding intel from Starfleet just to save his reputation. That's not normal behavior for a captain. I was relieved you called him out on it. You've spent enough time with him now, seen enough of how he runs this ship. If there's something wrong, as the ship's doctor, I need to know.
Nah.
Don't sugarcoat it. You know I wouldn't.
He's perfectly fine. The captain is doing everything he can to ensure a success. I know you don't agree with his methods, but you can't deny his heart is in the right place.
Well, if that's what you believe, just know the rest of us have to...
It's not like he's been taken over by one of these Takan, is it? He's just desperate to get
Jara.
a good record.
Monitor your Duridium levels. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, let's make
How's your
sweet
health?
sweet love to Sar, or whatever your name was.
I feel lucky you were there with me. Without you, I'd be, well... Thank you for saving my life. Even with the wonders of your technology, it wouldn't have mattered if you'd left me for dead.
I should be thanking you. You took that disruptor shot for me. Without you, I might be the one in sickbay, or worse.
Well,
Now let's go to my quarters and do some Mass Effect.
after all you did now,
I won't forget it.
Take off that leather cap.
I saw the truth down in those mines. What Sidron and Galvin really are, who they've become, the lengths they're willing to go to.
Well, they're not them anymore, are they?
Lydia. It's hard to accept.
Most probably.
That everything I thought I knew, so much was a lie. The horror of that underneath our feet the entire time.
What we learn down there will help us win this fight. Truth is power, and we'll use that to stop Galvin and Sidron.
Together.
You're right.
At least they're together.
And it was worth it. I truly hope you're right.
Commander Rydek, you're needed on the bridge at once.
What is it?
The Hotari have agreed to meet.
Now take to Slar Taser, whatever her name was, with you, she's proof that, you know, you actually saw something.
They haven't found us yet.
We can't just wait to be rescued. We have no idea when or if the Resolute is going to catch up. If we can get access to the Zeldi systems, we might be able to figure out what the Takan are up to. You got somewhere we could do that?
Yo. Right. Let's poke around.
Cargo bay is kind of a mess.
Come on, Carter.
Come on, there was something else here.
Huh. Iridian consoles still have mechanical keyboards as a backup. Looks airtight and climate controlled. Must be where they put the precious cargo.
And I can't squeeze through that tiny gap. And Ethan's not on the stream. He might join later, or he might start commenting later. He was commenting on one of the other ones.
The internal sensors.
The what?
When they scan the ship for life signs, they'll know right where we are.
There must be devices that perform the scan.
Right there. And
Just
there,
phaser them.
there's several of them around the room.
Got it. We'll disable them.
How? They're too high to reach, even for me.
Not too high for our phasers.
Durg.
Power, Millie. Let's not set off any fire alarms.
I got the ones over here.
It's not really fire alarms you should worry about. It's the old having it sensed that you've knocked stuff out.
Another down.
Hurry, Carter!
Hurry.
Damn. Only one left.
How many have you done?
Here it comes.
Phaser's just going off in the pocket. That's a good one. It's very early to have just a bug in this now.
Now that the Zelda has its power again,
It's like I saw today Fallen Order, Cal just keeping his lightsaber on. Well, not Fallen Order, Survivor.
The Takan might not even know we're still on.
That's
Miranda only saw us transport away. She probably can
just a
get back
bit
on
annoying, that.
Don't give her up, Carter.
She's my favourite ship name.
Watching it happen. Fighting it the whole time.
There you go.
Never hurts to hold on to hope. Especially when it's someone you care about.
I know it looks bad.
I have to move my face again. Keeps covering text.
I know it seems like we could never trust her.
Maybe.
But maybe there's a way to turn her back and Miranda could help us stop the Takan. Here on the ship. Just because the children...
Well, let's wait until the
Takan bioforming has to...
this text is done and I'll try.
I've heard enough of your prattling on about your friend. You have to think like a soldier. She's our enemy now. To be dealt with like the rest of the Takan.
My friend Miranda is not responsible
Dick.
for what she's doing. The Takan have taken control of her mind. We certainly can't kill her for it.
Speak for
You
yourself.
start moving off and I'll just step to the right slightly and phase you.
They are the enemy. It's just one life. And it's already been lost.
You don't get to talk about Miranda.
You don't get to ignore the
There you go. Let's be nice
I don't
again.
like this anymore than you do. The Takan are a threat to all of us. They turned our crewmates too. You think they're gonna stop there?
All I know is that more of my people have been lost to the transformation than yours. Not to mention my admiral and the others who didn't survive your rescue attempt.
Come on, phaser, turn off so we can actually hear stuff.
Our mountain. Yours are just beginning.
We're stuck on this ship, same as you.
I'm blocked out of helm control. Propulsion? And they're closing down systems faster than I can check them. They're always changing these interfaces. I can hardly keep up.
Yeah. Trying to work out how to turn the audio up.
They're using a senior officer's access code to lock down our systems from the bridge.
My screen's just turned off for a second. There we go. It's back. There we go.
Here's something. I can see the course they have plotted in. Long way from Atari space.
I hope the Resolute is all right back there.
The Zelda. That's where we are.
That's not exactly news.
The Lydian fleet has explored a lot of systems. But it's all in the opposite direction of where we're going. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
Nothing but uninhabited systems along the way. And if we keep going, we'll leave charted space. A lot sooner than I like to think about, too.
That can't happen. We need to take control and turn this ship around. Get back to the front lines.
Fucking hell, that phase is annoying.
We are on the front lines. They're going to do this all over the quadrant. The whole Federation is at risk.
And it's turned into the longest, conversation bit.
I'm sure it's pretty damn real for the people who are trapped in their own bodies controlled by the Takan. You can't just turn your back on them.
I'll take this ship without you if I have to. And I'll bring it back to Olympia, or I'll destroy it. I won't let it stay in the hands of the enemy.
Think strategic. We stand a better chance by working together. You're right to be angry. It doesn't do any good to turn it on us.
Come on, conversation, end. Switch back to Jara.
The most important thing is that we get control of this ship, so that we don't end up so far away that the Resolute can't ever catch up to us.
And if we control the Zelda, that also means they can't use that Cartabula thing.
I'm not sure we can do much more from here.
What's this? It's a data stream.
It looks to be a two-way communication.
Let me see if I could...
Written in Takanese or whatever.
Can you get that clearer?
I'm trying. Okay. That should do it.
Hello? Can you read me?
Itasa, is that you?
Major,
It's my lieutenant. Where are you?
I'm here with some of the others. We're trapped in the ATP.
Our artillery targeting platform.
Again, this conversation is just going while this phase is on. And I can't stop it.
Major, we've seen Sigma and the other Atari. And if we can get free, I think we'll be able to overpower them and take back the ship.
Itasa, are you still there? Itasa, are you still there?
You shouldn't trust anyone else here. The Hatari have been transformed into rubbish. We've seen it happen.
Bioforming.
It's only a matter of time before any remaining crew are turned against us.
Stupid fucking phaser. Now, what if they've been taken over?
Sure, that's really your comrade.
It's Itasa. You're
Yep.
going to have to trust me.
Encelar's not stupid.
Itasa well. That's her. Clear and not under duress beyond our current circumstances. I'm sure of it.
Trust goes both ways. Trust you. Trust us.
I'll go with that. You give me reason not to.
What natural humanist language.
We'll make it to you unprotected, and we'll free you from the ATP.
We'll be ready and waiting.
I may not know the computers very well, but I know every inch of this ship. I can get us there, safely, through the back routes.
Now turn off the fucking phaser. She's just gonna walk all the way through the ship with it on. Back to Jara, back to Jara, back to Jara, back to Jara. Woohoo! Okay, let me know if the audio is better without the phaser on now. when someone actually speaks. At all.
You may approach. Your Majesty, an apology is in order. The Federation...
Spare us your apologies, your excuses, your pathetic explanations. You said you were here under the pretense of peace, yet you trespassed into our minds. I should have known you couldn't be trusted when you sided with the Illidians. Your intentions have been clear from the start.
There we go. They think I was on their side. So, let me mess that up.
Entirely my own, not the Federation's.
How noble.
Your Majesty, if I may...
See, you can't find anywhere to put the camera, because you can't fucking see.
Fortunately,
There you go.
we're able to resolve this ourselves despite your interference. The Illidians have agreed the mines will remain under Hotari control.
We now recognize the Hotari as the sole authority of this region. Your presence here is no longer necessary.
So you can consider the matter resolved.
That makes no sense. What did they do to you?
They convinced us that this was the best deal we were going to get.
I thank you for coming, but the sooner the Federation leaves, the better.
The hell we will.
Captain?
What about my crew trapped aboard that ship? Or what you did to my security team?
Stand down, come on.
I want to make one thing clear. No one is to leave Hotari space without Federation approval. No one.
I mean, you don't have that power in the first place.
You think you have that power, when in fact you have none. You came
Yeah.
here under the presumption you would be the ultimate authority. That you would show up and render judgment in this petty dispute over precious resources between lesser people. But instead, your arrogance and self-interest was your undoing. Blinding you to the real power at work here. Something far beyond your feeble imagination.
We came at your request to help solve the problem, not
You
create
came
one.
because I wanted to see the mighty Federation for myself. The greatest power in the galaxy. Needless to say, I was disappointed.
Disappointing.
They were setting us up from the start. Commander Rydek saw what you did in those mines. How you bioformed innocent people against their will and turned them into Takan.
Good job to play an arc hand here, you know.
Takan. A word I haven't heard in a very long time. At the height of our power, the Takan Empire spent hundreds of thousands
Our
of
power.
years and trillions of Taconians.
An empire that encompassed what is now considered Federation territory.
What's yours?
So they're trying to get their space back.
So it feels only right that we reclaim what was lost. Everything you hold dear will be gone. The first of many painful losses to come.
You do realize this will never work. The Federation will stop you no matter what it takes.
Well, then,
How many crystals of people do you have, you know?
Federation is little more than a loose assemblage of the weak and the misguided. I certainly invite them to try.
I mean, in Picard they've only got
You might be surprised
300 odd ships, so yeah.
the most advanced civilization the galaxy has ever seen. We will not stop until we've reclaimed what is rightfully ours. Imagine what a queen, a starship captain, or even a Federation ambassador could accomplish if their power was wielded by a truly...
Oh, shoot your way out this room, Jara, Spock,
Such impossible odds against an adversary so
and Solano.
more advanced in every way. The only logical choice is to submit.
Never.
You're not taking Spock. He's my boy.
Seize them.
And he needs to be around for Star Trek 2009 to happen.
Beam us out.
You ever done something like this before?
Close quarters combat? Infiltrating an enemy stronghold?
I know his voice. He's another one.
Spent 6 days crawling through sewers during the siege of Tofar
Sewers.
to take the citadel there. That's just one of many campaigns I've served in. My dress uniform is well decorated.
I'm glad we're here with you. We need your kind of experience.
I should say you do. And I'll be glad to have Lieutenant Itasca with us. She fought shoulder to shoulder with me in that siege.
So you're pretty close, huh?
She's like a daughter to me. She's saved my life.
I was going to say, we have boned, but no.
Don't worry. We'll get her and the others free.
I'll worry less when that's been done. But once we have my comrades, proper soldiers, we'll be able to retake the bridge.
Charming.
Then, our fleets will catch up to us. The ATP is just down that corridor.
Now, what are the chances she's been taken over? 50-50?
Is this the artillery platform?
This is the power distribution for the forward armament cluster.
Feels like every episode of Stargate this. If it was a different aesthetic in the ship. Small group getting into a gold or brave ship, fucking it up.
Here. Disruptor burns on the walls. Signs of a grenade detonation.
Is there another way in?
The only
No.
way is through there. We'd go halfway around the ship and would end up coming into this same area from a different side. But we'd still have to cross that.
The distribution conduits have been knocked loose. The currents in those lines are taken. Is there any way to power those down?
Each circuit has a control panel that regulates power to the magneto banks.
The magneto
Power
banks.
lines and the control panels. I should be able to clear a safe path to you.
Fassbender.
We'll
Just
get
in
the door
there.
open here.
Oh, McKellen.
It's heavy.
Oh, I'll just do it by myself then. Even though there's 3 of us. No. Yes. Wonder if anyone on like Mechanical Keyboards Reddit has triangular keys. Some weird fucking keyboards on there. I wonder if I can speed up the XY axis view. No, because there's no bloody settings. Yep. Knock those mofos out.
You! Federation, you made it.
Barely. There's a lot of collateral damage out here.
Are they good? Keep your phaser up.
Drive them out. Put some space between us and the enemy.
Oh.
They're here. Get down.
I think they've given up on capture.
You've got guns as well. Feel free to use them.
You, give me a hand with this.
None of your guys are shooting back then.
Go, go. Behind us.
There we go. The one guy needs to shoot actually does stuff.
You take the lead. We'll keep them busy.
They're not the most difficult sections, the shooting. I'm not even worried about being hit really at the moment. Turn the electricity back on one of these consoles.
We can't let them reach the stairs.
I'll just fall back. How slow are these guys anyway?
Come on, hurry.
Oh, there's another one gone. Is a bit menacing.
Must live to fight.
Stop standing up. You're in the line of fire.
We let the enemy take them. Hadri and Private Turo.
They weren't the only ones.
Not Turo.
If we hadn't, it would have been all of us. I'll have to live with that, and I'll answer for it when I die. It's not the Illydian way to leave one of our own behind. It's a sin to do so.
You did what you had to do. I know it. We all do.
And we knew it would come to this. Hadri knew. When we were in there...
Which one's Hadri again?
Trapped. We agreed. We had to live to fight.
Oh, good.
Said, if one of us was taken,
Oh, she likes me.
We'd keep going. Make our way to the bridge. They died so we could fight on.
The Takan don't want them dead.
They want to steal their bodies. And steal their minds.
The Takan knows everything the host knows.
That means they know our plan. They know we're heading to the bridge.
Don't do that.
Tylus, you should be in sickbay.
Tylus, I keep calling her Tyler or something like that. Tylus.
Knowing the entire fate of Hotari hangs in the balance.
Then they fixed my clothes anyway.
You look exhausted.
Went about as well as could be expected under the circumstances.
I'm a positive guy.
That's a relief, because I was fearing the worst. I heard a rumor that they'd made a deal, that the Illydians agreed to peace. After what we saw Sidron do to the diplomat in the mines, I could hardly believe there was hope, but then... Is that true?
To be honest, though.
I'm afraid the truth is far worse than that.
There's no deal.
Oh, there's a deal. It's just not with your people and their people.
Atari, the Illidians.
No. That can't be true.
I'm sorry.
The women and the children too.
Where will I go? I can't go back.
It's down here.
You're always safe aboard this ship. And you're welcome to stay as long as you need.
Thank you.
The Federation.
And please wash that leather cap.
You don't have to doubt it for a second.
Yellow alert.
Commander Rydick, we need you on the bridge immediately.
I wonder if they've put on like scanning for people on board the ship who've still got taken over by the Takon.
We've got an Illidian ship, the Veskar, rapidly bearing down on our position.
Or what was the Veskar? Now I'm not so sure.
Bring it up on the view screen.
600
Still a
kilometers
Veskar.
in closing. Still coming straight for us.
Oh no, Crystal.
Commander?
Have you tried hailing them?
Try it.
Hailing the Illidian ship now. No response.
Then we put shields up. See, the trouble with conversations is it's like hail, then shields, then phasers.
Photon torpedo.
Lock phasers and open fire.
Ooh, photons.
Heavy damage. But deflectors still at full power?
That bypassed our shields entirely.
That's impossible. God damn it, return fire. Everything we've got. Rydick, modulate the shield frequencies. See if we can get us any.
I was going to say, am I going to do the shooting? No.
Commander,
I got this. Just keep firing.
Shields still have no effect.
that doesn't make sense.
I'll try another. There.
Now it's turned red. Let's see.
How do they keep matching our shield frequency?
They couldn't.
We've got someone else on board.
They've compromised our shield algorithms. They can bypass our shields at will.
Ah, okay. Ha. God, this captain. Solano's just terrible. He's got so much of an ego and then he just falls on the floor and knocks himself out.
Stop.
Damage report.
Because they realise they've knocked over Solano.
Hull damage on decks 4 through 7. Warp core is stable and intact.
We're completely vulnerable.
Commander, we're being held by the Veskar. It's Galvin.
There should be a field medic on the bridge really at all times for Captain getting knocked on his arse.
Commander Rydick, where's your captain? Not dead, I hope. At least, not yet.
You're dealing with me. Is that a problem?
One inferior life form is as good as another. I have to give you credit, Commander. You survived longer than I thought you would.
Warp away.
Your shields are useless, your weapons ineffective, and there's nothing you can do.
And we're so crystally.
You at any moment. But I'd rather hear your pleas for mercy first. Your existence is entirely in my hands.
It's entirely possible you could destroy us. But the truth is, we're worth more to you alive than dead.
There's vessels for your people.
Starfleet about the power of Takonian technology and the futility of fighting it.
There might be value in that. I've been thinking about what you said, Commander. That the Federation would stop me no matter what. Your performance in this encounter has not supported that claim.
You win some, you lose some.
Veskar's weapons are powering up.
Warp away. Are we gonna get Carter disabling the weapons from inside?
The Takon are not
Lucky.
Because there's merit to the idea you're worth more than me alive. Tell your Federation that Takan are as merciful as they are powerful. That you were fortunate to escape.
Let's not try and get them to hit us again.
We appreciate your mercy.
And you rely on it.
Yeah, you can fix that for yourself at the moment. We'll come back for you later.
I've lost their signal.
Can you track their warp signature?
Nothing. It's untraceable, just like before.
Notify Ambassador Spock. I want everyone in the briefing room to discuss our options.
Including old dum-dum Captain here. Hey, he's back on his feet.
Status of the repairs.
Hull breach should be patched up in a matter of hours. Impulse power is at 67%. Should be fully restored soon.
Still no luck tracking Galvin's warp signature. They've all but disappeared.
Keep trying. Finding that son of a bitch is the best shot we've got.
Commander Rydick, you had the Khan after the ship was attacked.
Yeah, because my captain fell over.
Given our current situation, the losses we have suffered.
I want Riker. I want Riker.
We need to call for reinforcements.
First Lana goes no.
We might have an option. Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire.
Ah, this guy.
If anyone could find Galvin, it would be him.
That's assuming he's willing to help us.
True, but there's only one way to find
Again, in the episode of TNG that he was there, I thought he was like a hologram salesman.
The nearest Federation outpost is Andoria. I can travel there by shuttle.
What?
And inform them personally of the threat from the Takan.
How is the nearest Federation outpost Andoria? Andoria is a cool world.
In search of Portal 6-3.
Ridiculous.
Captain William T. Riker has first-hand experience with the area and
Woohoo.
Portal 6-3. His guidance will prove invaluable.
Can I go with you, Spock, and see Riker?
Delphi Ardu 4 is a restricted zone for good reason. For all we know, we could be walking into a trap. Not to mention the high likelihood Portal 6-3's allegiance will be with the Takan. It's just too much of a risk. A waste of time. Time we can't afford to lose.
According to Commander Riker's records of meeting Portal 6-3, he was willing to listen to reason.
She's seen the episode as well.
We'll be able to convince him that Galvin is wrong.
Or he'll just be happy to learn his civilization is making a comeback. In which case, we only compound the problem.
I am inclined to agree with Commander Rydick. Her logic is sound.
See, Spock likes me.
They have knowledge that proves
Care more about him than the captain.
including information on the nature of the Cartabula. We must act on the facts at hand.
Then we'll give it our best.
I'll arrange a meeting with Captain Riker.
And I will speak with the Council. They need to understand
Bring
the
me
magnitude
Riker.
of the
Bring
situation.
me Riker.
I can leave for Andoria immediately. I wish you luck.
Go past 100 Federation worlds before you get to
The very future
Andoria.
of the Federation may rest in your hands.
It takes a minimum of 8 crew on the bridge to run the ship. So we can expect at least that
I
many
wonder if they've done that so Riker doesn't meet Spock.
Which means everyone needs to be ready for... Take cover! Take cover!
Now what? We need that door sealed.
You can handle that. Where do you need us?
There's an active...
Trying to remember if we met him in reunification.
We'll be shot getting you. I'll cover you. On my signal. Now!
Let me know if you can remember. It's been a while since I've watched, well, a year or two since I've watched reunification.
Looking for the bridge doors. Wait, what's this?
Got something?
Gravity. If I invert the artificial gravity inside the bridge, that'll throw anyone on the bridge right up into the seal.
He'll never see it coming.
It's Oscar. Get ready to charge.
Charge?
Some gravity polarity. Now!
Don't wander onto the bridge yourself. The masks on these guys just make them look like Arkham Asylum dudes, really.
We don't have time to take prisoners.
Oh!
I haven't decided yet.
That's not just up to you.
I'm the ranking officer.
And we're not in your army.
It may not be convenient, but we don't kill enemies who've surrendered.
Keeping prisoners is a luxury we don't have.
It's not a damn luxury.
You're an engineer, not a soldier.
Yeah, we still don't kill people.
You think you have enemy combatants here? This is a hostage situation. Each one of them has an innocent life inside. I'll keep watch on them.
As will I.
I thought you didn't have the time, Major.
Petty Officer Diaz and I will figure out how to stop the ship.
Let's hurry. The rest of the Takan could show up any minute. Crystals. They're all over this place.
It's like Smallville.
Look here. It's navigational data.
We saw that already. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
It's only a display. We couldn't use it to change course or alter speed.
But are they gonna just ram through the galactic barrier? Who knows? For all we knew, crystals is how you get through reliably.
Gotta figure this out before we get wherever we're going. If the Resolute can't catch up to us, we're in a whole different kind of trouble.
Back here.
Two interfaces on top of each other.
The Takan one and Aladin. More crystals.
Careful where
Pew
you
pew.
point that thing.
It's not active. I can't see any way this would work as a weapon. It's dead.
Out of ammo?
Not sure.
Well, you need to be crystally to use it. Right, can't we both talk to you? Where's Anselar?
Trouble.
Don't worry about me. Worry about Stretch over there.
Why?
He's looking for any excuse to vaporize the prisoners.
Like that guy glitching.
Even if they're the enemy, it's not right.
I'm here if you need a hand.
Just hurry up and figure out this bridge. That's the best way to help.
Right then. These prisoners don't show up in anything.
We're gonna be there in less than an hour.
We can't let that happen.
Hold on, it would take days to go this distance with our fastest ship. We're traveling at a warp factor many times greater than this ship should even be.
Yeah, because it's gone crystally. Keep up.
It's doing to produce this kind of speed.
They've turned into crystals. Come on. What sort of range is this? There we go.
These crystals are Takan technology. They seem to be active, just like the rest of it. Tetrametric pulses.
Tetrametric?
It's the energy signature of Takan technology. Everything they make gives off this type of radiation.
I'm just making up words. Takan metric.
It's not responding at all. Everything I try, it just ignores me.
Maybe we should try that other console.
Good idea.
Takan language.
From what I can tell,
Did I not say this?
systems are actively responding to input.
Which is the opposite of how most bridges work. They usually send commands, not receive them.
It's from an intrusive program. This control station won't do us any good either.
It's McAfee antivirus installed.
Consoles running themselves, some clogged up with crystals that are sending off tetrametric pulses.
But none of this is sending signals outward. It's receiving.
Flying the ship from somewhere else.
That should be impossible. It explains why there's less than a full bridge crew.
Impossible.
They aren't flying the
Happens
ship
all the
from
time.
bridge. Where are they controlling it from?
Probably from where the ship's flying to. Ew. Hello. Right, let's go ask these prisoners.
Everything under control?
Yes. At least Takan haven't made a move. Yet.
And what you're doing is working.
There's plenty more I can do. But it doesn't have to be that way. As long as they behave.
Well, I need to talk to them to see. No, can't talk to any of them. That's a weird mind. Let's just go back to the center console. See if it'll let me do anything there. Oh, different console.
Console looks unaffected. Engines are redline, running at full power. But this main drive manifold is spiking way over nominal levels.
Cheers, man. Will do.
Even at 100% output, the warp cores wouldn't push this much plasma to the drive section.
The reactor output matches the high speed, doesn't it?
Whether it's these crystals, or the power from the Cartabula, Takan have found a way to increase the engine output at top speed.
Which is what the Resolute was trying to do in the prequel.
Stop it. So they can't get this ship.
And it was using crystals as well.
Back the next phase of their plan. That is, if they don't destroy us all first. I would have thought this ship would disintegrate going this speed. But somehow, that hasn't happened yet.
That's just two sides of the same coin.
It's what?
Either way, we both want to stop the Zeldi.
Ah, yes. And we will find a way to do it.
I hate to think what the Cartabula could do if it was plugged into something it was meant to power. That's everything. We got some answers.
I don't like what they tell us, though.
If we can learn nothing else, then what's left is to make these Takan talk.
We don't touch Reaper.
We'll dispose of them.
Hey, that's not how we do this.
That is enough from you.
Oh.
I thought that thing was useless.
It was. No power. Until he touched it. Weapons must be bio-coded.
Our technology will only work for one of our kind.
I can assure you, this weapon works just fine for me.
Slow down, Arminda.
You can't control this ship with a disruptor.
But I can use it to control you.
Just destroy the engines. You could literally go down to the engine room and shoot a couple of wires and stop the engines.
The Titan's communications officer says Captain Riker will be ready in just a moment.
Riker.
The data breach.
Damn. It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well. Meaning every ship is potentially vulnerable to attack. It's so much worse than it already was.
Given the potential consequences, we should notify Starfleet as soon as possible.
I don't disagree, but I'll reach out to Ambassador Spock about it. I don't want to cause a panic. He does either.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Let's not mention any of this shield business to Riker just yet. Put him through. Captain Riker, this is
Oh, hey.
First Officer Commander Chara
Oh, they've got the
pleasure.
holographic
Sir.
communication thing
I
from
wish we were all
DS9.
meeting under better circumstances.
So do I, although you and I have actually met before.
We have.
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle to survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Residius 6.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
You know, he gave me some good advice that day about a very difficult job. Yours.
Well, I'm not one to turn down some words of wisdom, sir.
Now let me ask, as first officer on a starship, where does your responsibility lie, first and foremost?
Everyone knows the first duty
The crew,
is to the truth.
or the ship itself?
From Picard.
This old chestnut. I am curious to hear what she says, though.
Ultimately, my responsibility is to the crew at large.
The needs of the many. You have been hanging around Ambassador Spock. But the truth is, it's a trick question. Every situation is different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases,
Then thanks for giving me a question I couldn't answer correctly. Or the truth. Or the truth.
Yes, so perhaps we should get to the matter at hand. When you were with the Enterprise, you encountered a Takan entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
What we want from you is what we can't get from the report.
Now this is the same year as we see Riker in Lower Decks.
A small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster. The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. He can appear as a man or as a godlike projection. He'll test you. But don't be overwhelmed by the pageantry and theatrics.
I'll stand up to him. You can trust in that.
Good. But that's just the first step. Portal is full of bluster and bravado.
Now can they do the Riker maneuver step?
And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally. You don't want him thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Takan, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. And he'll lose interest if he feels his time is being wasted.
I suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Do you think he will go against his own people?
He was proud of his empire. He called us barbarians. Maybe you can find a way to make him see these people claiming to be Takan aren't real Takan. They're
This is all stuff to remember.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these Takan ourselves?
Then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been research. Battle plans for what to do about the Takan if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that answer, it would have been the first thing I told you.
We both know Command has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division in Starfleet Tactical, devising new ways to take on the Borg.
Trust me. This isn't some...
Hansen and Shelby, hold on.
But if you two don't think you're equipped to make contact, you need to tell me now. Because there is no silver bullet here. Now's not the time to hesitate. I need to know you're up to this.
Risk is our business.
And if there are no specific tactical solutions, we'll just have to take our chances. After all, risk is our business.
We try to mitigate that risk as best we can. But the Starfleet we know today is built on that attitude.
I know, I'm quoting Kirk.
Well said.
There was a special task force that considered the Takan, and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs in the Empire, we determined the best course of action was to create a restricted zone around the Delphi Ardu system. I have my concerns, but I'll clear the way with the brass for your travel in...
What I'm going to do is replay this section with me not talking, so I can put it on the YouTube as a clip. So, I'm gonna do the exact same thing again, but hide me away. And mute me. So I'll be back in 5 minutes or so.
The Titan's communications officer says Captain Riker will be ready in just a moment. You need to see this. The report on the data breach.
Damn. It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well. Meaning every ship is potentially vulnerable to attack, making this so much worse than it already was.
Given the potential consequences, we should notify Starfleet as soon as possible.
I don't disagree, but I'll reach out to Ambassador Spock about it. I don't want to cause a panic, and I doubt he does either.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Let's not mention any of this shield business to Riker just yet. Put him through. Captain Riker, this is my first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
My pleasure.
Sir.
I wish we were all meeting under better circumstances.
So do I, although you and I have actually met before.
We have?
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle to survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Resurgence 6.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
You know, he gave me some good advice that day about a very difficult job. Yours.
Well, I'm not one to turn down some words of wisdom, sir.
And let me ask, as first officer on a starship, where does your responsibility lie, first and foremost? To the captain, the crew, or the ship itself?
Oh, this old chestnut. I am curious to hear what she says, though.
Ultimately, my responsibility is to the crew at large.
The needs of the many. You have been hanging around Ambassador Spock. But the truth is, it's a trick question. Every situation is different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases, it might not be any of those three. It could be the prime directive, or the mission.
Yes, so perhaps we should get to the matter at hand. When you were with the Enterprise, you encountered a Takan entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
What we want from you is what we can't get from the report. What can we use to get Portal 6-3 to help us?
I've often thought about that over the years. How a small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster. The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. He can appear as a man or as a godlike projection. He'll test you. But don't be overwhelmed by the pageantry and theatrics.
I'll stand up to him. You can trust in that.
Good. But that's just the first step. Portal is full of bluster and bravado, but he can be reasoned with. And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally. You don't want him thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Takan, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. And he'll lose interest if he feels his time is being wasted.
I suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Do you think he will go against his own people?
He was proud of his empire. He called us barbarians. Maybe you can find a way to make him see these people claiming to be Takan aren't real Takan. They're corrupting his legacy.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these Takan ourselves?
Then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been research. Battle plans for what to do about the Takan if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that answer, it would have been the first thing I told you.
We both know Command has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division at Starfleet Tactical, devising new ways to take on the board.
Trust me, this isn't some Starfleet conspiracy to keep you in the dark. But if you two don't think you're equipped to make contact, you need to tell me now. Because there is no silver bullet here. Now's not the time to hesitate. I need to know you're up to this.
There are some things you can't be prepared for. And if there are no specific tactical solutions, we'll just have to take our chances. After all, risk is our business.
We try to mitigate that risk as best we can. The Starfleet we know today is built on that attitude.
Well said.
There was a special task force that considered the Takan, and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs of the Empire, we determined the best course of action was to create a restricted zone around the Delphi-Ardu system. I have my concerns, but I'll clear the way with the brass for your travel into the restricted space. Just remember what I've told you. And it wouldn't hurt to read some Sun Tzu en route. Or Marcus Aurelius.
Anything else?
Thank you for your support, Captain Riker.
I wish I could be there myself. But my first officer would probably see to it that I stay on the bridge while they get all the excitement on the away mission. The burdens of command. Rest assured, the Federation is taking this threat very seriously. You won't be alone out there for too long.
Thank you, Captain Riker.
One more thing. Ambassador Spock said that Takan stole some data from your central computer. What's that all about?
We're still assessing the extent of the breach. Nothing to report as of right now.
That's it? Ambassador Spock suggested it was something more serious, which is why I'm asking.
One thing we know is that they stole Starfleet shield algorithms.
The shield algorithms? That could jeopardize every ship in the fleet.
We're still making sure our assessment is accurate. We don't want to raise alarms unnecessarily.
This is as real as it gets, Solana. I have to talk to Starfleet Command now, so I think this conversation has come to an end. I really do hope you get Portal 6-3 and find those Takan before this gets out of control. Riker out.
I specifically said I wanted to keep this under wraps. I thought we had an understanding. Now all of Starfleet will hear about this.
Riker's ship is at risk. They all are. I can't believe you would want to keep that from him.
That's one more thing I'll have to answer for. Now I have to think about the damage control of it all. You're dismissed.
It's the automated Federation warning buoy. Transmitting the disable code Captain Riker provided.
That was unpleasant. Commander Irmont, what are the conditions of our systems?
All internal systems operational.
Commander Westbrook, what are your scans of the planet?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No sign of this outrageously powerful Takan being?
I'm running a magneton scan now, but so far, nothing.
Where are you? Prep your way, team. We don't know if Portal 6-3 will cooperate. He's not an asset. He's an enemy. Be ready for anything. Prove you're worth keeping alive for a little while longer.
I cannot stop this ship any more than you could stop the tides.
Not good enough.
The impotent threats of a lower life form do not sway me. I will not bend to you. I was born 600,000 years ago. But a new age dawns today.
I liked you a lot better when you were Ryan Kapoor. A pain in the ass sometimes, but a stand-up guy when it counted.
You weren't friends with the one who gave up this body.
He didn't give it, you took it. And all the others.
My name is Zon Losa. I was born in the final days of the Age of Makto. I grew up with
Eventually, one of you will break. You don't understand how overmatched you truly are. This craft was nothing before we imbued it with the speed required by our mission. The Cartabula produces enough energy to drive an entire fleet of ships like this one. But when we wake the Aphelion, we will need a fleet.
The Aphelion?
Explain.
Understand the might of the Takan Empire.
And when you wake the Aphelion, what are you going to do with it?
Them.
Come on! This goes from bad to worse unless you do what they say.
Whoops.
It's coming alive.
You can't stop the ship.
Maybe we will. Or we cut off his hands and use them ourselves. The moment I reduce speed or change our heading, the others will. First, they'll just resume course from elsewhere. Trivial matter. And then they will come here. For you, this is a dead end.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Not if they're just going to start it again.
So you believe him?
I'm not sure.
Why would you tell us all this? I tell you because I value my own life.
It's like Captain Black from Captain Scarlet, isn't it?
When my fellow Scions come, they will come.
Whatever obscure references can I do?
Savages you are, and a battle wounds. We've all died once. I don't intend to do so again. I won't touch those controls. If you want to get us killed, do it yourselves. You fear death.
Berg.
There's a way to stop this ship for good, and he knows how. He just needs more pressure.
What kind of pressure?
We heard him. He'll talk. Trust me.
That's against Starfleet protocol.
You're not on a Starfleet ship. Your protocol does not apply. We take the action that will lead to our victory. Don't assume your moral code takes precedence above all others.
No, gonna be moral.
Not like this. There's got to be something we can work with here.
Sorry, Major.
Going this fast. It'd be too dangerous to force a warp collapse by cracking one of the propulsion coils. I could rupture the hull. End up damaging the Cartabula in the process.
What a shame that would be.
Risks tearing a hole in space.
We can't have that.
Do it.
Engine status. Right. The warp cores are still practically redlined. However, they've supercharged the Zeldi. It still relies on existing systems.
They just amplify the output?
But the Takan have already interfaced with those systems. The controls will be no use. So we'd have to find a way to manually shut down the warp cores.
Might not be a manual shutdown as
Warp
much as
cores.
sabotage.
No one appears to be guarding it.
That's sad. You know, the Resolute's got 2 warp cores.
Once we're in,
Prodigy has.
cripple my ship. Not something I'd normally ask, but I'm coming around to it.
I got this. I'm an engineer. This is my territory.
Then we'll follow your lead.
This plan of yours has one problem. It strands us. Left out of the fight when there is a war going on.
Our fight is here, now. This is how we do the most good. For the Empire.
For the Empire.
So, Carter, you didn't beam out after all.
Can't be on the whole time.
When we boarded. I'd almost hoped you'd made it off. And Millie's there with you too, right? It's good you two are together.
Sounds like you miss me.
Miranda might have. She was so hopeful about you.
It doesn't look like her mouth's moving.
That's not why I called. You're not a fighter. I know it. You know it. That's why you're hiding. Somewhere on this ship. But the Takan Empire has so much to offer you. Think of all the knowledge lost for 500,000 years that you'd have access to. I know you want more from life. And I want to show you what you
Very cinematic, if nothing else.
Not just the wonders you've already seen from us.
Nah.
In case you forgot, we were a part of something. I still am. The Federation may not be perfect, but it stands for ideals that your people clearly do not believe in.
I've just stopped a hand being chopped off.
Every one of us on this crusade has fought wars more brutal and consuming than you could fathom. But I want to reach a peaceful resolution to this.
It's too bouncy to see her lips.
We have a plan for you.
Because her movement's too understated.
But you think there's some sort of compromise to be had here? After all you've done? The only end to this is when you surrender.
After all we've done, you can't think we give up now. We can continue this conversation in person. I'll see you on the bridge very soon.
Her comm badges. She's tracking our location with them.
If we have to use force to free our fellow scions, there will be casualties.
We can't stay here. And we need to disable the transmitters.
Where'd you go? You don't want to talk to me?
She's trying to keep you talking.
I mean, I get it. But I'm trying to help you.
I like how it still looks like, you know, a computer chip of our time.
Mine's done too.
Time to hit the road.
You've forgotten something.
The prisoners.
They know where we're going.
Set to stun. You're not going to shoot a guy who's unconscious, are you?
You keep getting in my way.
We've managed this far without doing it your way.
We are hardly in control of this situation. And now we have loose ends.
Solve the problem of what to do with him. Now let's move it.
Why beam her down first? No idea.
Our coordinates match the exact location where Riker met Portal 6-3.
Unlike Riker's team, we beamed down without a problem.
It's quiet.
Looks like a completely different planet.
If he won't come to us, we'll go to him. Spread out.
Already gave it a scan. Dead. Whole planet feels like it's been turned to stone.
Doctor?
Commander? Keeping an eye on those Iridium levels? Good. Last thing we need are your cells destabilizing on a hostile alien planet.
Chekhov's cells about to fall apart. As in Chekhov's gun, not Chekhov.
All right. Geordi LaForge transported in here, hanging upside down.
I guess we're lucky we were spared the indignity.
Anything unusual, Commander?
It's all unusual, to be honest. We've precious little data on this planet, so brief was Captain Riker's visit. Anything he didn't see himself is a total unknown.
We deal with unknowns all the time. Part of the job.
I'm accustomed to dealing with the unknown from my station on the bridge.
Nothing from you. Nothing from you.
This is where Portal 6-3 projected his image.
He was guarding this bridge. That has to mean something.
We'll move forward when you're ready, Commander.
Is there anyone else to talk to? Nope, then let's go.
Follow me. Ends here.
What a long walk.
Is it me, or did that path just disappear?
There was a path there a moment ago.
There must be an explanation.
Tetrametric pulses.
Same energy as the other Takan technology.
Most of the crystals appear dormant. What's different about this one?
Readings indicate there's a cavity in the rock right behind it.
We could try melting a hole through the wall with our phasers.
Worth a try. Nothing.
There's gotta be a weakness. Somewhere it isn't totally solid.
Okay, you try cut her out. Now it won't let me hold to this. Might run into the same bug as last time.
Whoa!
An illusion.
I'm sure that wall was as real as the rest of them. I felt it.
It's almost like our holodeck technology, but far more advanced.
The crystals must be absorbing the energy from our phasers.
I'm picking up something. A biosignature. It's faint, but it's there.
With me.
Another dead end.
Or is it?
Crewman LaRue, if you would.
Devolve to Resolute. Beam crewman LaRue directly to medical.
Because I ain't dealing with him.
He'll live.
Not all crystals work the same, it seems.
Don't fire your phasers at any crystals unless we're sure they're putting out the same pulses as before. Tetrametric. Good sign.
Commander!
Look at that.
A leap of faith.
But verify.
Indeed.
We don't have any data about what's below the surface on Delphi Ardu 4. And I don't feel a particularly strong urge to find out.
What an inquisitive mind you have. For a science officer.
More crystals. Need a way across.
See, this kind of thing should have done with the rest of the scanning stuff. Didn't work anyway. Any more crystals? Mm-hmm. No climbing. I'm sorry, but there's something up there. I'm not mad. Look at it. Right. Let's give up on this cave then. If it won't let me climb. Don't fancy killing myself. See, I think that opened the door over here. And then I'm supposed to find something in here. Fuck it, I'm just gonna shoot one of them. Again, retry in story mode. Don't know the difference. See, that didn't happen before. I reckon that's another glitch. I don't think it happened. Nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. 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 Too far away. Too far away. Then can't read the ones up there. Ah, frame rate. That didn't happen before, did it? Or maybe it didn't, it just showed me the exact same thing. It's another one where Mike's being an idiot. If anyone's watching and can tell me how I'm being an idiot, that'll be useful. This dude's got no answers for me. I do not get it. I'm being outwitted by a game that feasibly should be able to be played by like 12 plus. So let's go back to this crystal and shoot it again. And that didn't play last time. There's something up with the checkpoint or whatever. Maybe it's because I've got that save icon stuck.
Tetrametric.
Pew pew.
Better go see what's different.
Last crystal, I don't know where the first fucking crystal was. Maybe this is another point that was supposed to be a checkpoint. Far off on the peak. It's the furthest the tricorder's ever worked.
The way's clear. Good work, Commander.
We'll make sure it's safe.
And she just transported down to them somehow. What great interaction with the foliage there. Truly we are Horizon level, Zero Dawn level.
Here are actually alive. Is this the biosignature you detected, Doctor?
No.
No. Not a match.
Probably be the dude standing over there.
Tetrametric.
Then it's creating an illusion as well.
Based on the data we have so far.
Only one thing left to do.
Doctor, be ready to beam us out if it turns out we're wrong.
Duval to Resolute. Lock transporter on away team.
Let's shoot this ship.
Amazing.
There's nothing like this in any Federation record.
Killed all the plants.
Barbarians. It's him. How dare you disturb me? I'd hoped you had enough sense to leave of your own accord, but here you stand. Fools. In another time, I would have destroyed you and your ship simply for setting foot in this place. Fortunately for you, that time has passed.
Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. We've come a long way to meet you.
Guardian? I am Guardian of nothing. The Takan no longer exist. Don't care to be reminded. If this is why you've come, then you should leave. Now.
I'm surprised you don't know. With your powers, can't you learn anything?
I can. But you should mind your words.
The Resolute's database is being accessed.
The Takan have returned? After so long, how could they? Explain. Now.
Taconian technology made it possible. To enable the transfer of consciousness from one being to another.
From crystals to people to crystals to people.
Bioforming. A group of Taconians calling themselves Scions of the Flame used it to reawaken after hundreds of millennia.
He's not happy with them.
Scions of the Flame.
Is something wrong?
I'd hardly call them Takan. They were a radical faction with beliefs outside the mainstream. Beliefs that lesser life forms should serve as vessels to ensure Takan immortality. You want me to help you destroy them. That's why you've come. You want to destroy these scions.
There is a war looming that could engulf the Quadrant. We want you to help us bring about peace before it gets to that point.
Peace always comes at a cost.
They have an incredibly powerful energy source they call the Cartabula.
These scions have the Cartabula.
And they've used it as a weapon against us.
I will speak with you alone.
What are you doing?
Changes down. Lightning effect. Or thunder effect.
Where's my team?
Yes. That the scions have stolen the Cartabula is deeply concerning. To be honest, I'd rather speak with you alone, John O'Reilly.
Big level.
Your colleagues don't know what it means to be the last of one's kind. You and I are remnants of fallen civilizations. The Cobliad, the Takon. One dying, one dead. Our species could not be more different, but we both know the meaning of loss. The others wouldn't understand. It's beyond their ability to comprehend.
We're more alike than you might
We're not so
realize,
different, you
in
and
that we
I.
accept the inevitability of loss.
If only you understood the glory of the Takon Empire's past.
Let's run to a different platform, floating in the sky. Playing Mario Galaxy.
Tell me, why spend your days away from your own people when so few of them are left? Why live your life working for this federation to which the Cobliad do not even belong? And submit yourself to their authority? It makes no sense. Not by my logic.
The Federation isn't an authority to be obeyed. At its heart, it's a set of principles meant to ensure the survival and safety of all species, regardless of their origin. You told Riker you'd wait until you were needed. You're needed now. We need you.
As much as it pains me to learn the Cartabula has fallen into the hands of the Scions, my services are not up for offer.
But I got you to like me.
To be chosen as a portal was to give one's entire self to the cause of protecting the Takon Empire. I left behind everything I know, and now you want me to turn against my own people. Betrayal of my oath, and everything I vowed to protect.
These aren't the Takon you knew. They're a facsimile. They're imposters. And they tarnish the Takon name.
We faced these questions in my time as well. What you call bioforming, we thought of as a marginal science. But if these reborn Takon plan to restore the Empire, is that a disaster to be avoided? Takonian technology is so advanced, it could save millions of species currently on the brink of extinction, including your own. And at the price of a small few, think of how the many could benefit. Instead, it sounds as if you are reacting out of fear before you have a full understanding of what's at stake. I don't think you've given this full consideration. You may have more to gain than to lose.
You told me your people didn't use bioforming. That's because you knew it was wrong. Wrong to employ on an individual basis, and surely wrong on a galactic scale.
You are correct. The Takon did not use bioforming on a large scale. That the way these Scions are using it would not have been accepted when the Empire still stood.
But the Empire doesn't stand.
I'm curious to see these Scions masquerading as true Takon. So I will go with you, and we shall find them. But when we do, I will judge them myself as a guardian of the Takon, to understand their true intentions, for better or worse.
It's certainly your right to make your own decisions. I won't tell you otherwise.
Very well.
Let's keep him on side.
Commander!
Hold your fire. I'm all right. He's coming with us.
We assumed the worst.
She's perfectly fine. Now then, shall we?
All right. We can beam up your... Do you have any equipment or tools?
Whoa.
This is all I need.
Away team +1. Ready to beam up.
That's interesting.
It's even more than 2, I was thinking.
If one goes down in battle, we can still operate.
Makes this more difficult, though.
This ship can maintain warp with half the cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
Where are the engine schematics? Power flow routing charts.
We're soldiers, not engineers. I thought you would know what to do.
We understand how to operate it under normal conditions.
You're in good hands. We can do this.
I trust that you can.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
What are we doing? Really hot. Makes sense, since they've been producing at max output since we left Otari space.
No ship can run for very long like that. Not before a catastrophic failure hits.
It's right on the edge. We just need to figure out a way to give it a push.
Bet that console down there could tell us a few things. Whatever we do, we need to make sure the Takan can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the
Eject the
reactors
warp
that will
core.
destroy the ship and kill us all in the process.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Warp core ejection. So the question is,
Hello.
how do we make it happen?
Guns. Reactor. Safety protocols sound like
Protocols
it.
don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection. Reduce output, command override. Cease matter, antimatter flow, command override. Emergency warp core ejection. Computer control.
Even command functions can't override one of the most crucial safety measures.
So the protocol's still active. That's good. Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating at full capacity. The reactor coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
It's just barely keeping the temperature in check.
Maybe we can use that. If it gets this high, their system considers a reactor breach imminent. Looks like, since the shore core is about to rupture, the computer will eject it automatically rather than risk a breach.
So we need to increase the warp core's temperatures.
If we destroy the coolant regulators, there won't be anything to keep these reactors from going over.
And it will trigger the ejection. Let's peel these suckers open. I'll take that one.
I'll take the one next to it.
The second you two start dumping cores, the Takan will know we're here.
We'll be vulnerable. Stuck in one place while you work.
We will have to make a stand.
Start thinking about an escape plan. I have a feeling we're gonna need one.
We'll barricade the door. Work quickly.
Does it want me to do the one she's doing?
We might not have
Yeah.
our tools, but our phasers can do this in a pinch. We better get this right. If we foul it up and this whole thing goes boom, we don't know how much damage that Cartabula will do if we accidentally crack it open.
Listen, the best way to make sure something goes wrong is to stress. Keep your mind on the job. We'll be okay.
Yeah, we will. It's not a Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in here somewhere.
There you are. Time to heat things up.
Warning. Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Hey, now they're definitely gonna know we're down here.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Just one more to go.
They're here.
They're cutting through the door. We don't have much time.
Good work barricading the fucking door.
Okay, same as before. We just got it.
Let me shoot and you do it.
Go! Finish!
Hey! Would you mind not shooting at the matter-antimatter reactor?
I'll cover you.
What? No!
Get the warp core done, or we're all dead.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core. Warp drive disengaged.
You did it.
I mean, they could go back and pick up the warp cores, to be fair. Fucking hell. Superman.
I think so. Can you climb?
No.
I'll see you on the parade grounds of Sorella, my friend.
Stop wandering in, out cover.
You want me? I'm right here. Not you too.
Calm yourself, child. It will all be better soon. Wake up, Manka Umet. Return to us. Rejoin the flame.
To reclaim what was lost.
Watch this. I do. I want to remember every moment when I make them pay. But this isn't the end. I will avenge Itasca. Swear to me, you will join me in this.
How about we try to save her?
That's a dream.
As long as she's alive and her memories are still in there, there's still hope.
Hope is what you turn to when you have nothing left you can do. And there's still something I can do for Itasca. And I shall.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage. But, apparently not.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
Right, if the battery's low, I'm calling it.
The galaxy has grown more diverse.
So that's it for today. I'll be on maybe over the weekend.